So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. It is already week 5 of season 30 and we have landed here at the beautiful sweeping serene circuit that is Lago Maggiore for our third mixed week of sprint and endurance, with qualifying about to get underway. 10 minutes then to decide the grid, although we are one down driver wise by the look of it. So there he is. There he is. Right, we now have a full quota. So without further ado, qualifying will get underway. Now qualifying as ever is on a slightly different layout to what will become the racetrack. So we are qualifying on the east layout, slightly shorter, before the 2 races tonight are being held on the full GP layout. Qualifying of course just the medium tyres, and it is just the medium tyres for the sprint race, before the endurance race a little bit later on, where all 3 tyre compounds are available but the mediums are mandatory, so expect some strategy to come into play there for the main race then. So now just waiting then for kick-off of qualifying. Now there's only going to be 12 taking part in qualifying because 2 naughty boys are on the naughty step, and they are Odon and Oblivion, so they will be starting at the back of this one. We have seen excellent pace from championship leader Oblivion, so he will probably carve through. How far forward he gets, well, we shall see. Odon is having a rough season, but did get himself a podium last week then to finally sort of ignite his season, so let's see if he can carry on that momentum this week. Good evening, Owen. He's in the chat already, so he's going to be twiddling his thumbs for the next 10 minutes, so why not get those comments in. On to kick us off. Did indeed. You can stay in his car's on, it's fine. Just don't go up the pits. Or just cancel entry when you get in, it's fine. Well, no, actually you need to be entered, but yeah, just... Aaron was naked, I've been told. That's probably quite likely. That's the image I'm sure some people will enjoy. Andy, I imagine, is already giving the big Right then. There we go. Let's find Zob. He's going to be the first out of the pits, being the lobby host. Number 3, having handed over his beloved 53 to Minizon, and he's immediately on the grass. Good start, Zon, well done. Right, and so the east layout then will follow the same path for the most part, the same sort of first sector and middle sector. However, halfway through the middle sector where we head down towards the hairpin, the east layout will focus right and rejoin at the end of the start-finish straight. So this part of the track is good familiarity for later. But we're going to hang a right and cut half the lap out. Go away through. So out the pits. Who is it? See, it is Joker. So he's giving himself plenty of gap. Where we deviate from the later races. As you can see the big white and red arrows there pointing around the hairpin here. We will going straight on through that wall there later on. So then it's about to wind up then for a qualifying lap, so we'll go through the qualifying layout. Of course this here is where we'll rejoin. On to the start finish straight. Speed starting to build then. Yeah, so 125 miles an hour for hard on the brakes down to second gear. 55 miles an hour over the curves for turn 1, then hook right into the hairpin. Starts to build the speed, not fan thieves. And over to the right hand side, then open the angle up for the left hander. A little bit of a lift there, try to get the car straight. He's got a little bit deep there into the corner. It's going to compromise his line then, but gets it onto the apex. Plenty of runoff we could use there on the left hand side. There's a short spurt down to this very tricky uphill cambered hairpin. Got to go on the brake and turn at the same time. Brake as late as you dare. Put the car in. Put out to the outside. And get back over to the right hand side because we've got the S section coming up now. Mark it, zip in we go. As much as the curves here as you can do. Straight line it as much as you can. Go down the left hand side and over to the right. And then onto the ridge we go. Over the left there, we'll caught that curve a little bit. Settle the car. And now you've got to find your braking marker for the final hairpin. Where do we brake? About 70 metres. Down second gear, 45 miles an hour around the hairpin. Gets it stopped and turned nicely. Picks up the throttle, and now it's just a squirt to the line. First lap time on the board for everybody else to beat is a 1:27.3. Let's see how the field is. Well, Mikey immediately goes fastest with a 26.5. His teammates 1 and 2. Glyn drops into second place after his first run. Goose in third. Norris in fourth. Worston is fifth. Tom Dan is sixth, and Derek goes fourth. Man who had a better run in GT1 than he did in GT2 last week, interestingly. That's a joke. He's just left the pits then, and interestingly he's given himself a whole lap. But he's done that immediately in Derek's way. Dusty Fossil then into the 26.1s. Yeah, just a banker lap, I think that from Zone, wasn't it, Fee? But yeah, just getting one on the board, and you start to ramp up a little bit once the tyres come in and got your markers and everything sorted. And Dusty Fossil though immediately on it, 26.1. And we're going to see somebody into the 25s. Keep going on second, 4 tenths down there, so Dusty Fossil with a big old advantage there. Also Joe, of course, winner of race 3 last week. Looked strong at Sardinia the week before. Didn't come up victorious there, but did win a race 3 last week quite comfortably so as well. And he's purple in sector 1, so stay on board then with the squares car from Team Walkers. Nice line there through the hairpin, using all the curve on the exit there. Very nice line. The sweeping circuit like Maggiore really should suit these Alfa Romeos mid-engine sports cars. So Mikey has closed the gap ever slightly, 26.4. So Joe's the one I want to keep an eye on then. Been purple in sector 1, purple in sector 2, and he's increased that margin as well. On course to just skim the 25s. What's his final sector like? How late can he brake? Oh, he's coming in a little bit hot there. Misses the apex, but keeps the speed up and the momentum around the outside. Might be enough. Dusty Foster's done a 1:26 flat in the meantime. Absolutely flat as well. And also Joe comes up 78 thousandths shy as a result. So Dusty Fossil there with the perfect lap time of 1:26 dead. I think we might do. I think Joe lost some time there in the final sector with missing the apex of the final corner. Dusty Fossil also improved. So I reckon he's got a little bit more in him as well. So it is Dusty Fossil from Arsenal Joe, from Just Mikey, Glyn in 4th, Goose in 5th, Derek in 6th, Nobby Norris up in P7 going well, Worston in 8th, Johnny Boy in 9th, good qualifying from him so far. He was a bit wide there though, and now he's going to find a wall. Face Potter, curse of the commentator in real time. Face Potter P10, Zom in 11th. Does he improve on this lap? Does not though, so I'm struggling a little bit there. On Joker come around to set his first lap time, then he's just going to give himself a bit too much of a gap. He's just trying to give slipstream to his teammate perhaps. So coming around to set his first lap time, it's not going to be quick though, so we're going to go back to Dusty Fossil to see if he can get in the 25s. So he's no, not quite. Also Joe meanwhile has a better apex this time, then ends up on the grass. So the apex is at the hairpin, right, and then it completely messes up the exit. 2 just misses out on improving. Derek up to 3rd in the meanwhile, so Derek's going well, likes this track clearly. He's getting on this time. Oh, purple sector from Derek. Another one who really needs to kickstart his season. And Derek is a race winner, he can win races. He's at the sharp end quite a lot, but the results have just not been forthcoming. The big joke is his average finish is now P13, which he's definitely more better than a P13 average. And I'm not saying that just to butter him up for the weekend, so he gives me square sausages and potato cakes early. First. Honest. Going for the SSVs down in the middle sector. There's his final corner. Glyn improves up to 5th. And Mikey goes into the 25s. There we go, 25.7 from Mikey. So he then has dipped into the 25s and quite a way inside as well. Derek improves, goes down to 26.2. Did find some time in the final sector, but just sort of moves forward a little bit in that gap between Arsenal Joe and Glyn behind him. Mikey then laying down a marker, Dusty Fossil not able to respond. What about Arsenal Joe? Don't think so. No, slower lap this one. Glyn, he's got Sir Goose haranguing him around. His ankles were fine. I think it was his little lad's ankle that was a bit knackered. Thankfully, it was all as well, and it's just a sprain. Goose then second in the championship. Race won last week. And had a bit of an off night thereafter. So Oblivion was able to extend his championship lead. Trying to drag around behind Glyn, see if he can improve his lap time. I would have met him earlier actually. Oh, Johnny Boy lagged out. Well, that's a shame for Johnny. Every Norris goes up. This improves to P7. P6. Just improve his lap time. Doesn't improve Royce up to 6th place though. Still Mikey leading the way. Dusty Fossil coming around. Is this a better lap? And again, just can't find that little bit extra to improve into the 25s. He is literally bang on 126.0. So far has not been able to find that little bit of time then. Joe might be getting a bit of a slipstream from Face Potter here. He is, and he goes fastest with it. 25.711 moves him top by 86 thousandths of a second. Arsenal Joe in a rich reign of form. Strong at Sardinia, was strong last week, winning race 3. And we're going to see him at the sharp end of this one as well. At the minute, then he is holding on to a provisional pole. It's Arsenal Joe from Mikey, from Dusty Fossil, Derek in 4th, Glyn in 5th, who's having a bit of a drama. Royston is 6th, Albino is 7th, Joker is 8th, Face Potter 9th, so Goose down in P10. So in P11 has also had a drama. Getting out of the way, it's the final lap, so they're probably getting out of the way. Then they've obviously had a drama and are not going to improve. What about Dusty Fossil then? So Goose improves, goes up to P7. Pops now is down to 8th. Derek comes to the line first. He's not going to be improving. Dusty Fossil behind. Easy into the 25s. No, again, just misses out. Mike coming to the line. Has he got enough for the Face Potter does not improve. Arsenal Joe does not improve. He's had off somewhere, so he will not be improving. That then seems to be everybody. Glenn's army were parked up then. And there we have it then. Arsenal Joe with a second mixed week pole position in a row. 86,000 for 25.711 at the time to beat. Then Mikey joining him on the front row. Dusty Fossil then in 3rd, or share row 2 with Derek. And Glyn in P5, Joker in P6, Royston P7, Goose P8, 9th for Nobby Norris, 10th for Face Potter, 11th for Zom. Johnny Boy ends up, in fact no, Johnny Boy's ahead of him, so Johnny Boy will be 11th, Zom will be 12th, and then Odon and Goose, not Goose, Odon and Oblivion, sorry, will be bringing up rear. So Zom's just going to have to do a host set grid. Because Johnny Boy lagged out. Of course, we have to do the thing in here, don't we? Because someone's got to change the lobby over to the GP circuit, so ignore me. There we go. Right. It's all gravy, baby. Well, over to the GP layout we go. And Goose is very kindly going straight onto track, so we can take a full lap on board with him. He might be a bit sideways. He's immediately sideways. And if I've learned anything about his driving earlier, this makes a lot of sense. The man has been through more cars than I have hot dinners. Mostly because he blows them up. Interesting. Clever car control, I did, to be fair. He said he literally goes out and does this just trying to learn how to control the car as it slides. Which is, to be fair, an interesting way of doing things, but it seems to work. It's also just because it's fun, but Oblivion then going on track, so we'll go on board with Oblivion then. That camera angle. There we go. Right then, so well, the East Loop hangers right about here. Yeah, we are now going to carry on and do the full GP loop. Then we go over the crest here and down the hill. We're coming up to this uphill banked hairpin there. You can really throw the car in here. Plenty of curve on the inside. There's that curve on the left hand side on the exit then. And start to climb up the hill on this side. Slightly everything going for the left hander. Short squirt before we curve right. Short straight, then a very tricky double right-hander to enter the final sector. Throw the car in, apex nicely, and then move all the way over to the outside. Apex again, narrows on exit there. Up on that curb. And then a very, very tricky downhill last corner. Throw it in, camber sort of with a little bit, and dropping away as well. And onto the start finish straight we go. The line, and that is a two-part full lap of Lago Maggiore GP. It's a Oi Oi in GT2 from Biggles. Good evening, Biggles. I was forgot to do this earlier on. Please like the stream if you haven't already done so. Welcome for those who are here. Like the stream, also that event as ever. Of course, this is just a straightforward sprint race then, low tyre wear, no fuel depletion, just balls to the wall, send it as hard as you can. We're about to get underway. I believe it's 15 laps. No, it can't rain here. No, another one where it can't rain. Looking at the calendar earlier, I think it's only Suzuka. I know Autopolis can rain, can't it? So Suzuka and Autopolis are on the calendar late in the season. It can rain there. Can't rain at Big Willow. Goodwood it can't rain. But that is a problem for future GT2 drivers. Right, here we go then. After Joe and Just Mikey, Dusty Fossil and Derek, Glyn and Joker, Royston and Sir Goose, Nobby Norris and Face Potter, Zom and Johnny Boy, Odon and Oblivion. I see Zom's put himself out of Johnny Boy, naughty. It's 5 red lights, and the sprint race is go. It's a good start from the front row. Joker's had a better start than Glynn, who's had a bit tardy getaway. It looks like Arsenal Joe will keep the lead. Dusty Fossil challenging for P2 into turn 1 on the inside of Mikey. Side by side, everybody got through there okay. We're all good. Everybody survived. 2 3 wide, they're coming off the corners. On's been shuffled all the way to the back. The first couple of corners then, keep an eye on Oblivion. Pictures in the chat please. Who's going to do what then? Bieber reckons Jordan, Dusty and Glynn. Arsenal Joe leads the way from Mikey, Dusty Fossil. Derek got Joker challenging Glynn. Managed to hold him off then. So Goose 7th and Royston. Nobby Norris, Face Potter, Odon and Oblivion side by side from the back row. And then Johnny and Zom. So Goose then is on the back of Joker. What's out of Mikey? Mikey was running. Oh dearie me, Joker to the back of Mikey. Mikey is slow coming through the S's section. What's happened there? I think he's been wide somewhere. Loses out to both Joker and Sir Goose. And down to 7th. Oh, and Nobby Norris has sent it hard. What's going on with Mike? He's down at 8th. Somebody's kicking up some gravel ahead. Who was that? That'll be Sir Goose. Royston in 5th. So he's lost out there as well. But Mikey, who was in P2, is now all the way down to 8th. So a mistake then in the S's in the middle sector. Looks like it's cost him big time. It's given Arsenal Joe a 2-second lead before they've even completed one lap. So he is away and running. The battle for the podium is between Dusty Fossil, Derek and Glynn at the minute. Then Royston giving chase to Goose now in 6th. Nobby Norris. Mikey recovering in 8th. Then you got Odon going well up to 9th. Then Joko's gone shuffle backwards as well. Face Potter up the inside of him. And Oblivion following him through. Out of the final corner. Johnny Boy buying into this now as well. Johnny Boy right in the thick of it. Good to see. Past Joker, and now he's trying to get a run on Oblivion. Down the start finish rate, Oblivion goes into the slipstream of Face Potter. They're going to go side by side through turn 1. Oblivion round the outside. Hangs on to P11. It's good to see Johnny Boy getting his elbows out. Oh, Face Potter, what are you doing out there? Suboptimal line. He's going to have dirty tyres now. You can see he's struggling to get the car turned. Oblivion going to go around the outside. No, fine. Oh, who's that going slow on the inside? It's Royston, I think it was. What's happened to Royston then? So Royston, another one in drama. He was running in 5th. So Oblivion getting the move done on Face Potter into the hairpin. Face Potter fighting back up the hill. To the inside. Down the inside, flash of the lights there. Oh, and Derek's now in trouble, and Johnny Boy's got nowhere to go and hits the back of him and spins. So no, Johnny Boy. Oh no, so Derek, who was running in 3rd, has now hit strife as well. There's more dramas up front. So we've had the guys in 2nd and now the guy in 3rd. Drops out. Goose is now up to 4th as the chaos reigns around him. He's now right at the back of Glynn. Johnny Boy's left the room. Oh no. What's happened? What was on purpose? What's on purpose, Sean? Tell me, you seem to know something. There's a big gaps opening up in the field now. Arsenal Joe is untroubled, sets the fastest lap of the race, 2:08.0. Well, that is immediately beaten by Goose, who's done a 2:07.6 as he chases down Glynn. Glynn meanwhile is getting the magnets on the back of Dusty Fossil. Mikey, after his early dramas, is back into 5th. And catch the back of Goose and Glyn. Nobby Norris is 3.2 seconds behind him in 6th, and Oblivion's up to 7th from the back of the grid. He's carving his way through nicely. Odon's coming through with him as well. He's in 8th, and Joker in 9th. We go back to Zom, who kept himself out of trouble, and in 10th, and Royston, we had some dramas last lap. He's down to 11th, face possibly 12th, we saw on the grass. And then Derek, who we saw have some dramas, and then while he was off the track, Johnny Boy came around the corner, had nowhere to go, and slammed into the back of him and span around. And he unfortunately has left the lobby for the moment. Hopefully he'll be back then for race 2. Steve Foster then not able to hang with Jordan up front. The gap is 3.2 seconds, and he's got Glyn now crawling all over the back of him. He's half a second up at his personal best though. Glyn's just put a bit of time into Goose behind him. And he's got Mikey just starting to shadow him as well. Goose had a good hairpin though, and that gap, which was like 9 tenths of a second to a second to Glyn, is now down to 7 tenths. He's back into slipstream range. Glyn meanwhile continues to close on Dusty Fossil, who seems to try and hunt down the leader, but Jordan is just stretching his legs ever so slightly. He is indeed all on Glyn now, but at the moment he's going to bank some good points for the team. Had a good final sector there, just pulled away by about half a second. Russell Joe 207.7. Mikey does a 207.5 meanwhile. Oh, John's off. That's suboptimal. He's going to have dirty tyres now, so he needs to be careful for a couple of corners. That gap is just about half a second there doing that. And he'll probably lose a bit more time because he's going to have dirty tyres, the right side tyres, which were in the grass. Around that corner. He'll be okay then for a bit now, because it's all sort of right-handers, so the left-hand side tyres are the ones doing most of the work. Smokey very wide there, coming out of turn 4. He'll be now up to 6th then, having cleared Nobby Norris, trying to chase down, but there's a big gap in front of him of 4.5 seconds. So his progress might see him, let's see, there's still quite a way to go, only on lap 4 of 12. Let's see what kind of pace he's got now to challenge those up ahead. As meanwhile, Goose is now into it with Glyn. Side by side into the S's. Glyn trying to get Glyn holding off those. Goose trying to find a way around the outside, and that's brought Mikey right into their tail. Out of the S's we go then. Speed starting to build on board with Goose in the middle of this sandwich. Glyn ahead of us by 3 tenths. Mikey behind us by 2.5. Slipstream taking effect. It's just Fossil trying to make a break up front. Hairpin nicely, right on the back of Glyn. Has put a little bit of time into Mikey, but still mega close, and they are catching Dusty Fossil again. That gap is coming down. There's the gap now, it's back down to under a second. Glyn on the charge. Continuing to fall as well, trying to struggle to hit the car turn there. Dusty Fossil had a better exit, pulled away. Pulling away from Goose behind him. Leading the charge behind. Nobby Norris giving chase. And we've got Odon, Joker and Zom battling. Zom down the inside of the final corner, but Joker's going to switch back immediately up the inside. And now they're going to go side by side. Joker has edged ahead. He's got the inside for turn 1. But can Zom hang it around the outside? Joker show him to the grass. Joker's going to break later though, gets back ahead. Zom goes for a wide entry in face. Potter thinks about sticking it up the inside. Zom just managed to shut the door then, so recovering Derek in 12th, and Royston then, who's had such a good start, but the race has gone backwards for him very quickly. Down to 13th. His teammate meanwhile 3.9 seconds in the lead. Steve Bezes has checked out of this one. So once again, Dusty Foster's got that lead up to a second over Glyn. Very wide line there, interestingly, like just a really wide line coming out of the hairpin. That's cost him. That gap's now down to 7 tenths again. Mikey get on the grass. Puts himself to cover the car links there to Goose, who's now right on the back of Glyn and closing. Might see a move for third here. Glyn's going to go defensive. He is. He's going to have to go the long way around. Can he cut back underneath? Go wide entry. Cuts tight. No way through, but again is closing rapidly on the purple Flying Lizard car. Joe's lead still 3.5 seconds. The battle is really raging for third. And while they're trying to keep a check on the second place, Glyn is 7/10 up at his personal best lap at the moment. This time they are gaining on Dusty Fossil through sector 3. Good exit there, he's got back into slipstream range. So Dusty Fossil's coming back to this group. We're back to 4 in the battle for the second and third step of the podium. But then Glyn with a 207.6 there, just a tenth off the fastest lap. That was a really strong lap there from him. Goes to the 207.8, Mikey to 207.7. So strong pace for this group. Dusty Fossil to 207.9. So this group, about 0.3 of a second between them on that lap. How evenly matched they are. Further back, Oblivion is not catching them. That gap's now 5.2. So the championship leader has cut through the pack well, but I think now the gap's that big, I think he's going to struggle to make it up unless they start battling ahead. So 209.0, so just had a bit of a drama on that last lap as well, but he's got a nice lead there over Nobby Norris, who's doing well up in P7. Big gap now to the group behind him. 3 seconds, led by Odon. Got Joker looking up the inside into the hairpin. Joker going very tight. Odon will sweep around the outside and will keep that place up the hill. Joker's momentum kind of stalled there as he went a bit, sent it down the inside, but then arrived very narrow. Odon will stay ahead then, but he's wide into the S's, very wide there. That's going to harm his momentum now. Joker's got the run again, nowhere to go. Falls on for now, but again Joker's got a run here. Odon's going defensive. Middle of the road, there's still a big gap at the inside if Joker wants to think about it, and he is. He's going to squeeze him tight, then move forward. No, Odon's squeezing him tight there and keeps the position. Good defensive drive in there. That has, however, brought Zom back into this battle now as well. So we've got a 3-car battle for P8 then. Joker's got the run up the hill. Odon realised too late. Joker's got the inside for the next corner and the next 2. Odon trying to hang it on around the outside. Here comes Derek as well to join this battle and face Potter. Odon very wide then through the first of the right-handers. Joker is through, and now Zom's thinking about a move as well. Odon hangs on around the outside. Good driving from everybody there. So next about to move to the final corner. Odon's got a little bit defensive there. He's covering the line. That's letting Joker just edge away. Joker's almost already out. In fact, now Joker is out of slipstream range. And now Derek's joined the group. And Face Potter's not far behind either. From the personal best there, 2:08.3. That was quicker than everybody ahead of him. So Rushton is catching this group again. The gap is 6 seconds though, so it's a big gap. But it pulled 2 seconds back on Face Potter on that lap, so it's not out of the realms of possibility. Before the end of the race he can get back into this battle. Let's see. Oh, we've had some drama up front because Arsenal Joe, a 209 flat and a 209.7, and that 3.5 second lead is gone. Dusty Fossil is on him. In turn he's dropped Glyn, who in turn has dropped Goose. Mikey's dropped back as well. In the background, a penalty for Oblivion. Where's he got that from? So the pack up front then has split up ever so slightly. Then Goose is trying to catch back up to Glyn. Glyn's dropped away from Dusty Fossil, and Dusty Fossil is now thinking about the lead of the race. It all changed then. It was looking super comfortable for Arsenal Joe, but he's had an off-track excursion somewhere. He's recovering now though, because he's done a personal best in sector 3. Now he's got to look in his mirrors, because the wily old fox that Dusty Fossil is now right with him. He's also not under threat from behind. He's got 2 seconds, just under 2 seconds back to Glyn, who is just keeping Goose at arm's length. Mikey's had a drama and dropped back. That's given Oblivion some impetus then. That gap was 6 seconds a bit ago. It's now under 4. But it's Dusty Foster's a 2:07.4, the fastest lap of the race, and he has really got the magnets on. Back here then, Odon has broken away from this little group, and Derek has passed Zom, so Zom's gone backwards. He's gone deep into turn 1 and face pot up the inside. Going to bang doors into turn 2. Continuing to close as well, space potting out, trying to find a way around Zom. Oh, contact. They close back uphill on Derek. Get to the lead. Oh, Jordan sideways, very sideways. But somehow he's going quicker than Dusty Fossil through the S's then, but now the gap started to come down again. Arsenal Joe looking a little bit ragged, having just done his personal best at 2:07.6, but the man behind him went 0.2 quicker and did the fastest lap of the race. So it's a 2-car battle for the lead. Arsenal Joe and Dusty Fossil. We've got a 2-car battle for third. Glyn and Sir Goose. Oblivion's got ahead of Mikey, then Mikey's dropping back. Another mistake, got 2:11.3 last time around. So Mikey's race, again, having started so well, qualified so well. Drama on lap 1 put him down to 8th. He's picked his way back forward, was in the battle for second place, and now finds himself in 6th and under pressure from Nobby Norris as well. He was having a very strong run. Background at Joker, Odon, Derek, Zom, Face Potter, Royston. Chipping away, they're all spread out a little bit now. Oh, Arsenal Joe's very wide. The gap for the lead is down to half a second. The gap for third is down to less than half a second. Oh, Oblivion's got himself another penalty in the background. No, he's got away without a penalty. Then with the chaser. So they're much better line for that corner. Arsenal Joe is wide. He's right there now. He's right on him. Arsenal Joe had this race wrapped up, sewn, and then some mistakes because Dusty Foster's just done another 2:07.4. Look, he's done 2 back to back. He's going for it at the hairpin, up the inside. There's a gap. Arsenal Joe's going to try and hang on around the outside. Where is he? He's still alongside. He's got the inside there for the next corner. Dusty Fossil sends it around the outside. He's wide though, he's going to compromise his run there. They're still side by side, are they? No, he's ahead. Dusty Fossil leads. So a change for the lead, but how long for? Because Arsenal Joe's in the slipstream, he's coming back up the inside. Dusty Fossil didn't defend it. So down the inside. Dusty Fossil's going to go late on the brakes, he's going to go high, wide, try and keep the momentum up around the outside, and it works. Arsenal Joe, that was very, very courteous, giving him lots of track. Could have squeezed him a little bit more there, I think. Dusty Fossil holds on, so now Arsenal Joe becomes the chaser. Meanwhile, still holding off Goose. Mikey got ahead of Oblivion then as he served his penalty, and Mikey's now 0.2 purple. Closing on 2:06 lap time in, 2:07.4 the current best lap time. Mikey's on schedule if he can keep that momentum up for a 2:07.2. That's going nicely there. Fixed the tyre, they were coming out the final corner. Mikey's lap time is a 2:06.9. I was going to say we're going to see a 2:06. There we go. Mikey into the 2:06s then. A quick lap from him. Front and Dusty Fossil leads the way, half a second. Joe there has some interesting track limits around here. So exit turn 4, he can go very wide and not get a penalty, and Arsenal Joe's used that to his benefit there. As he closes back in, then up to the hairpin we go. Gap opens up a little bit more, but then a better run at gap coming down again. Glyn continuing to drive very well, holding off Goose in the battle for third. Keep an eye on the battle for the lead at the moment, though. This is where Jordan seems to be struggling a little bit through the S's there. Okay run that time. Now he's having to go defensive there. Just trying to cover the line off from Goose. He closes right up on the back of him. Around the hairpin we go. Goose had a really good exit there. Very good exit. Can he find a way by? Got the momentum up the hill. Going around the outside. Trying to get the inside for the next corner. But Glyn cuts him off. Good defence. Jordan is right on the back of Dusty Fossil again as well. Tense battle then for the podium places. Further back, Mikey and Oblivion still together. Nobby Norris just behind them, trying to keep an eye on anything happening ahead. Pick up the pieces. Joker in 8th. Clear of the pack behind. Derek's through to 9th, then Odon in 10th. Face Potter's ahead of Zom now. Saying solidly consistent lap times. Because the cars ahead of him have now just sorted themselves out a little bit, so there's less battling going on. He's not making as much gain as he was earlier on. So it's now shifted to these front 4 positions really. Although Mikey and Oblivion as well. So there's 3 packs of 2. Oh, Mikey sideways coming out of the hairpin at turn 2. Oblivion up the inside. Mikey's wide, Oblivion's up the inside, trying to compromise his run there, but Mikey will use that extra bit of run off there to keep the momentum up and stays ahead. Oblivion now starting to probe. So Goose continuing to work on Glyn as well. He's had a better exit there. Glyn having a tighter line off the hairpin. Goose using all of the track and has closed in. In the section here it's very, very almost nigh impossible to make a pass without a mistake. Up front, again, these two glued together as well. Goose has again had a really good run through the S's then. Can he find a way by this time? This is probably the place to do it. You've got a wide open track here. Glyn's going defensive. Goose into the slipstream again. Oblivion and Mikey side by side as well. Goose trying to go the long way around. Glyn goes tight. Goose tries to cut back. Not quite made it work though. Good driving once again from Glyn. Hold him off Oblivion and Mikey coming off like a hairpin side by side as well. Oblivion's got the inside for the next corner, but Mikey's got the momentum on the outside. And he's on the outside for that corner, but no, drops him behind. So Oblivion gets that move done again. And that battling is bringing Nobby Norris back into it ever so slightly. Really behind is just sort of spread out a little bit. So we come round to complete the penultimate lap and go on to the final lap of the race. It's 4 tenths between first and second. It's 2 tenths between third and fourth. Turn 1, no move forthcoming. Not in the battle for the lead. What about the battle for third? Glyn goes defensive. Goose on the attack around the outside. And the battle for fifth. Nothing happening there either. It's been very good so far. All very well behaved. Some dramas early on. I think there was more people making mistakes though. Possibly something happened off camera, we're not quite sure. Sean seemed to know something, but I don't know what happened. As we were then back to the battle for the lead. Arsenal Joe there just dipping a tyre on the grass in the braking zone. You don't want to be doing that. There is that, yes. Obviously Johnny had a bit of an incident where he ran wide and found Derek, who was hanging wide because of something that happened to himself, and ended up crashing into him, unfortunately. A bit unfortunate. Oh, Jordan is pushing, but he's getting a bit squirrely. He's pushing hard, he's very wide, he's going to be on the grass. And is that his opportunity gone? He's pushed too hard through the S's there, he's dropped back to over nearly a second. Once again, meanwhile, Goose and Glyn going at it. Glynn going super defensive this time. He's right up against the white line. Goose has to go the long way around. Goose sends it hard on the brakes around the outside. He's going to try and cut back this time, is he? He is. He's got the run this time. He's got it right this time. Up front, the gap is coming down, but it's still too far apart. Goose is trying to get around the outside. Can he hang on to the next corner? No. Glynn stays ahead. Gap's coming down for the lead, but he's still not there. Goose is trying everything around the outside this time. Trying to lean on Glynn. Glynn holding him off still. Great battle. One more chance to go. Arsenal Joe is pushing hard, but he's going to come up just a little bit short. He's got the momentum of the final corner. What's going on in the battle for third? To the line, Dusty Fossil wins from Arsenal Joe. Glynn is going to hold on for third, but what a battle that's been. Goose will come in fourth. Oblivion from the back of the grid gets fifth ahead of just Mikey, who finishes in sixth. Snobby Norris in P7, a solid run from him. Personal best on the last lap as well. Joker's going to hang on for eighth ahead of Derek, who finishes ninth, and then face Potter. Going to come home in 10th ahead of Zom in 11th. Owen, as something's happened to him late on, he's dropped back there, finishing in 12th. Royston had some dramas earlier on. At 4. Comes home in 13th. Well, at one stage, it looked like the win was in the bag for Arsenal Joe. 3.5 seconds up the road. But some mistake somewhere while we were watching other battles brought him back in, and Dusty Fossil pounced and takes advantage and ends up victorious. So he wins in by 0.4 of a second in the end there. Arsenal Joe throwing everything at that in the final sector to try and close that gap back up again. But coming up just shy, then Glynn prevailed in that epic battle for third place. At one point was trailing Dusty Fossil, but Dusty Fossil managed to pull away. Glynn holding on for third then ahead of Sir Goose, who tried everything to find a way by, but just couldn't open the door. Oblivion coming through from the back of the grid to fifth. Solid recovery there from him. Mikey coming home in P6 then, having run second early on. He'll be disappointed to have dropped down, but does have the fastest lap. They're the only man in the 206s. So Mikey showing the pace was definitely there, but just didn't come off. And then Nobby Norris, a very solid drive for him into P7. Joker coming through for P8, just holding off Derek, and then Face Potter hanging on for P10. Zom ends up 11. Odon, who was running as high as 8th at one point, but slips back to finish in P12. Royston ends up in P13, and Johnny Boy unfortunately left after that collision. Right then, while we wait for the main race to be set up, I'm going to nip the loop so you can entertain yourselves for a minute. I have returned, and it looks like we've been joined by Ross, which means that Johnny Boy is not returning, unfortunately. So, shame for Johnny Boy. He was having a good battle in there early on. Yeah, very unfortunate collision there. Obviously, Derek was wide, Johnny ran wide, and they ended up on the same bit of track and collided, unfortunately. Right then, while we are waiting for race 2 to start. standings for GT2. Right then, in the driver's standings. Oblivion still leads the way then on 147 points. So the driver there recovering well to only lose 1 point to his teammate, who is second in the standings on 127. So as the designated drivers 1-2 at the moment, 3 wins apiece for those two. But not victorious in that one. So it's 147 versus 127. That gap will now be 19. For that one, Arsenal Joe, a good run there, ends up his third in the championship on 110. He also pulled a couple of points back. And Joker was in fourth, but found himself down in 8th in that one. Glyn in 5th on 100. Joker's on 105, and Arsenal Joe's on 110. Dusty Fossil in 6th on 99.5 points. Then Just Mikey is 7th on 93. Royston is 8th on 86, ahead of Zom, who is 9th on 84. We've got Face Potter in 10th. What is he doing? What are you doing? Face Potter 10th in the points on 71. Norrie Norris was 11th on 60. Derek was 12th on 45. Odon is 13th on 43. Coming into this week, which is of course the number on his car. And Beach is 14th on 37. Constructors, of course, which is combined GT1 and GT2, designated drivers leading the way on 477.5. 7 wins. Second is Worst Pace Scenario. It is reverse grid, yes. Goose, if you're listening. They are second on 380. Fourth is Team Flying Lizards on 364. And fourth is One Stop Mung Bombs on 315. Team Wool are 5th on 301. The Family of Love are 6th on 286. And 7th are Walks on 275. That's how the standings were coming into this week. Of course, just 1 point per position difference in the first race, the sprint. However, there are a lot more points at stake in this one, so if you want to do well, you definitely want to do well in this race. It is 25 laps of the GP loop. Discord, love. Yes, it is. I saw your message pop up. Where's it gone? Ugh. The medium tyres, of course, are mandatory for this race, and you only get one set of them. Hard tyres and soft tyres are unlimited, so use them to your leisure. What are we going to see? Are we going to see some one-stoppers? Are we going to see somebody trying the two-stopper? Maggiore has quite a short pit lane compared to others. Of hard and medium tyre runners. Odon is sitting on the soft tyre, so we've got one soft tyre runner in Odon. Mediums for Royston. Arsenal Joe, it's hard to face Potter, mediums for Joker and Just Mikey. Zom's on the hard tyres, Oblivion's on the hard tyres, Glynn's on the hard tyres, it's mediums for Dusty Fossil, hards for Sir Goose, Nobby Norris is on the hard tyre, Derek's on the hard tyre and Ross is on the mediums. Looks to be, that's 50 people watching the stream and only 11 likes on it, so sort that out. If you haven't liked it, you know what to do. 16 of you now. I want to see 16 likes on that stream right now. Please. Please. Alright then. Royston on pole. Odon alongside him. Then it's Zom and Face Potter. Derek and Joker. Nobby and Just Mikey. Oblivion and Sir Goose. Glyn and Arsenal Joe. Dusty Fossil and Ross is in for Johnny Boy. 14 runners. 25 laps. 5 red lights. And away we go. Good start from Royston off the front row. Joker's also had a good start, then he moves to the pack. Gonna get through here okay this time around. A little bit of bumping in the pack there. Ooh, Oblivion sideways. It's Mikey shuffle back one there. Oh, Mikey's had a bit of drama there and ended up getting swamped on all sides. Goose finds his way through. At the back of the grid then, so let's look where Odon is. Odon's second on those soft tyres, and he is the only one to use the soft tyres. Now we've seen him do some interesting strategy calls, but you see now, ooh, careful, he's just given Royston a bud there. I think Royston would appreciate that. Royston trying to make a break up front. On the medium tyre, hard tyre for Face Potter. Look at that 2-3 wide behind them there. Zom. Oblivion finding his way through on the hard tyres. He's trying to find a way through as well. Then Nobby, there's Mikey. And Arsenal Joe making good progress. He's up to 10th already as well. Good start from him. There's Ross up to 12th then. Then down to 13th. Dusty Fossil still at the very back. Then here comes Odon for the lead on those soft tyres. Now, this is a very abrasive track. There's a lot of heavy load corners. You're carrying high speed. High and medium speed corners. So soft tyres will not last very long. You can already see the wear starting to appear. So Odon is definitely coming to a two-stopper. He leads them from Royston. Face Potter in third is the first hard tyre. So we've got a soft tyre, a medium tyre and a hard runner in the front three. Oblivion's already up to fourth. He's just got ahead of Joker. He's on the hard tyre as well. So Oblivion, who made good progress in the first race, but found himself some gaps, so made up to P5. That was about as high as he could have hoped, though. So we're up to fourth in this one, and getting 3 seconds off the lead. Oh, that's Face Potter very wide at the final corner. Goose is at the 6th, on the 7th, Nobby's 8th, Ross is 9th now, so Ross carving his way through as well. His livery hasn't loaded for him, so I do apologise for that. I think after like maybe 3 years this game would be like glitch free, but Nissan Qashqais are apparently more important. So Arsenal Joe was up at 10th at one point, down to 12th again. He's been shuffled back a little bit. Mr. Ross is still 13th, and Glyn now all the way down the back. As Odon is away and running. Trying to make use of those soft tyres while they're good, but in terms of like longevity, I think you were lucky to get more than 6 laps out of these. You've done very well. Driver well is second as the lead medium tyre runners. They are indeed. I mean, even at the half tank, I put about 7 laps of fuel in and they still melted after 6 laps. So it's just such a heavy circuit. There's the circuit on just tyre wear, because you're in a lot of these high speed corners. A lot of them are long as well, and it really hurts that front left tyre in any qualified circuit. Championship leader up to 4th. His teammate nearest rival in 6th then. So pulling some points back. He lost in the first race. Just the 1 point in the end, actually. Yep. A lot of factors there that really do hurt the tyres around here. Hold on then. Making hay while his tyres are in good nick. Again, this sort of corner here, you're under throttle. It's not long, but still long enough. So I'll be interested to see if the two-stopper does work. corner as well. This is one that one sort of hurts the front right tyre though, which obviously doesn't take as much of a beating around here because it's predominantly right-handers. So the personal best fastest lap. Then Odon fastest lap of the race at 2:08.4. Behind him at a 2:10.5. 2:10.1 from Face Potter though, so Face Potter going well. Oblivion now closing in at 2:10.2. And Joker, they've got Goose and Ross together. Ross will look up the inside, coming out the hairpin, has a bit of a tank slapper there. Gets the move done though, so Ross up to 6th. Making good progress on the back of the grid. Goose thinks about a move back up the inside though. That's just a little bit wide there, there might have been a little bit of a tap. To the position. Zom in 8th, Nobby in 9th, Mikey in 10th, Derek is 11th, Dusty Fossil 12th, 13th for Glyn and Arsenal Joe now. And they made good progress, has now flipped all the way to the back. Enjoying these hard tyres at the moment. Then Odon meanwhile, look at the tyre wear already on lap 3, and they're already like a Q1. Of course, as these tyres wear, they start to slide more. As they slide more, they wear more. So the wear's only going to get worse and going to get quicker. At the minute, you can see he's already 1.6 seconds down on his last lap. Getting the hammer down. Trying to pull away again from Face Potter. It's Oblivion now closing in. So soft tyre runner, medium tyre runner, then the hard tyre runners. Face Potter, Oblivion. Joker's on the mediums, so Oblivion they're having a very good pace to hold him at bay. Then Ross. Another one on the mediums, coming through from the back. From the hard tyre. Mikey's now in 8th on the mediums. He's on the hard tyre. That's a Zom who slipped back to 10th. Dusty Foster now up to 11th. Derek Arsenal Joe's got back ahead of Glyn. Oh, and it comes to a half-second penalty though. And that was wide again. Oh, dearie me, Arsenal Joe. What are you doing, Jordan? Tries to turn in, finds a purple flying lizard car on the inside of him. Arsenal Joe wants off of those tyres. He's pissing already. So Arsenal Joe doing something different. Hope he hasn't been taking strategy tips from this man, because I don't know what he's going to end up doing. So Arsenal Joe trying something different, bold. Let's see, last time around, Royston was already quicker than Odom. So Royston has already started to pull that gap back down again. Joker meanwhile has got back ahead of Oblivion. Will not, no. Joker going for third, so Joker on the move suddenly. He's got those medium tyres now switched on. Gets ahead of Face Potter at the hairpin there, bounces off the curb, but nice move. Up to third he goes. Now they are dead already. Look at those tyres already on lap 4, and they're half worn, more than half worn, that front left. I don't know if you're listening, you probably need to move your brake bias backwards a little bit. When I mean a little bit, I mean like all the way to the rear. Back, Joker trying to break the slipstream. Face Potter, Oblivion, here comes Ross as well now. Ross is on the medium tyres, so different strategy. So the two cars directly ahead of him, he's on the same strategy as Joker and Royston. At the moment, that's behind them. Mikey's just wrapped up for Goose for 7th. Good move. Pit Mike, of course, on the medium tyres, so again, making use of those quicker tyres at this stage. You have no idea what you're doing. What you're on now, soft tyres, right. You could probably get them 6 laps. So, but considering you've done the hard tyre, I think you've pitted too early off those hard tyres, Joe. Jordan, that's the problem. So you've got to do 22 laps. The medium tyres will do 12. So I'll do 5 laps on these. Get your mediums on. Do 12 and then do 5 on the end of these again. That's my strategy. In goes Odon at the end of lap 5, under lap 4, sorry. So Odon's tyres have only lasted 4 laps before he's had enough. So now Royston leads from Joker, from Face Potter, from Oblivion. We've got Ross trying to go around the outside. Got Ross on the medium tyres, Oblivion's on the hards. Face Potter is still the lead tyre, the hard tyre runner though. So driving well. Different strategies from Team Wall. Yes, if you're listening, Jordan, shift your brake bias backwards as well, like four to the rear, at least. If you can drive it, I'd move it to 5. So Odon's come out on the mediums then, so he's filled the tank. He'll now be going as long as he dares, but I imagine he might be using the hard tyres at the end here. So he uses his brakes. Oh dear. Well, Mikey has joined this battle already, and now he's boxing in Ross. He's on the inside of Ross, and Ross has got Oblivion right in front of him. Fossil, meanwhile, has picked himself up P7, and he's now ahead of Goose, who's going backwards at the moment. Mikey's already dropped him. Now, Dusty Fossil again. Dusty Fossil on the medium tyres though, so again different strategies. So Goose needn't worry too much. He's on a different strategy to the man ahead of him. He's on a quicker tyre, so hang with him if you can. Don't worry too much about it if you can't, because that will come back to you later on when the switch over. Tom, Derek, and Glyn together. Norris has had a drama somewhere. 4 on the last lap. It's a shame there. Nobody had such a strong run in that first race. And we've got Odon and Arsenal Joe together. On the mediums and Arsenal Joe out on the softs. Top foot Royston leads, but Joker now honing in on him. Oh, the curb. Still leading the hard tyre runners, his face Potter. Moving right behind him. Then Mikey, what's happened to Ross? Ross is having some dramas. Ross is down to 10th then, so Ross has had enough now as well. I suppose if you're going to have any day you want to have some brake issues, it's going to be the day it's not your championship. So Ross having brake issues. Ah, that'd be why then. So Ross had to reconnect his wheel and brakes. Right, yeah, makes sense then. So Ross having technical difficulties. And he's down in P9, but he's now back up to racing speed, so he recover. Oh, what we got going on here? Face Potter, Mikey and Oblivion all arriving at the hairpin together. Mikey got the move done on Oblivion. Oblivion's going to fight back up the hill. He'll try to. From the outside here, if he can hang on, he'll be able the inside for the next corner, and he does. He's then got the inside for the next 2 as well. Mikey's gonna have to try and send it around the outside here. Mikey trying to switch back up the inside. He just managed to cover the line enough there that Mikey can't get back through. He's kicking up the dirt now just in front of them, I think. Mikey, they're all over the back of Oblivion. They're on the hard tyre, Mikey's on the mediums, so different strategies to look at the fuel situation as well. While doing there's a change for the lead, meanwhile, or a battle for the lead. Now there's a change for the lead. Joker down the inside. And he takes first place away. Good move there from Joker then. So Joker's on just over half a tank, rushing a little bit better on fuel. Tyre wise, about the same. And third. It's possible with a similar fuel, maybe a little bit worse. Mikey's a little bit better. Oblivion's better still. Of course, the tyre wear not too different between the mediums and the hards, to be honest, at this stage. Where's Goose going? Dusty Fossil, best on fuel as you would imagine. Tyre's looking okay as well. Goose doing well on fuel. Tyre's looking okay as well. Just got a personal best last time around. And Ross is bang on half a tank. That's a little bit worse there than some of the guys ahead of him, so in a slightly weaker position with fuel. Still okay. Zom doing well on fuel, as you would imagine. Glyn pretty much equal with him. Derek's best of fuel this trio. In fact, he might be best of all. Him and Dusty Fossil. Norris. He's getting back up to that little pack ahead of him. He's a bit wide there though, just be careful. Doing well on fuel though, over half a tank still. And of course, Odon, who's pitted. Jordan, oh dear me, Jordan's tyres also absolutely cooked already. To a 7.6, so he's done the fastest lap of the race, but at what cost? So already showing the threads. Mikey spun. Joker then starting to stretch his legs. He now leads by just under a second. He's looking to complete lap 7. Just get there. We'll come back to that when it happens, Aaron. Right? So far he has not. That I've seen anyway. But there's always time. In fact, let's watch him for a bit and let's see if we can turn the pressure on. We can probably instigate this. Probably got the stream on, so Mike will watch him. No pressure. No pressure, Mike. Don't touch that curve, Mike. Ooh. He's had a good run there. He's Potter. I've seen wall right in front of him. He's got a wall in front of him. He's going to think about a move up the inside though. He's going to go for it. Here he goes. Face Potter gives him. Oh, he's wide. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Oh, Face Potter comes back. And through he goes. Mikey sent it a little bit too hard there. Got dirty tyres, he's a little bit wide there through the first part of the S's now, and Oblivion is all over the back of him again. Those medium tyres on their superior grip at this stage. Pull away, and he's caught back, catching back up to Face Potter again now. Slipstream we go. The crest of the hill down towards the hairpin. Laid on the brakes. Here's the banking and the camber. 20 people watching. Hello all. Hello all. Please make sure you like the stream. Thank you. See 20 likes, please. Please and thank you. Closing in once again. Able to make a move through these two corners then without them running wide though. Face Potter keeping it neat and tidy. In the background, Dusty Fossil is trying to hunt this group down. Ross is on his charge back as well. He's up to 7, he's ahead of Sir Goose. Yeah, Mikey is doing a good job of looking after his tyres to be fair. However, he's now under threat from Oblivion at the final corner. He has got the slipstream from Face Potter. Camera angle on change. No, Mikey hangs on. Really nearby. Let's look at. They're not too different to the guys ahead, to be honest. I think Joker's probably got the worst of the tyre wear from the front, sort of 3 medium tyre runners anyway. Him, Royston, and Mikey. Front left looking a little bit worse for wear, and Royston's coming back at him actually. Royston had a strong start to the sprint race, but then we had a drama on lap 4 that put him to the back and he never really recovered from it. The tyre wear you will be starting to feel it now on those medium tyres. They're probably over half worn. Joker's definitely got the worst. His front left tyre is a little bit worse for wear, definitely. Mikey's up to 3rd now, then he's just gone around the outside of Face Potter. They caught the end of that move. Good move from Mike. So 1, 2, 3 on the medium tyres. 4th and 5th are on the hards. Yeah, he is, yeah. And Mikey as well. Face Potter a little bit worse for wear. Oblivion's doing very well on fuel. They level with Dusty Fossil, and then Ross is a little bit worse for wear, so in terms of fuel anyway. So Ross is on a charge at the minute. His tyres are quite a bit worse. He's quite a bit worse on fuel than Dusty Fossil. So Ross is nearly at just a quarter of a tank left. Dusty Fossil's at nearly, probably more than a 3rd. But Ross is about to make the move. Up to 6th goes Ross, then up the inside. Fossil hangs around the outside, but Ross has got the inside for the next corner. That's moved on. Goose only 10 seconds off the lead, so it's a strong pace from him. His teammate is 4 seconds, so 6 seconds between the two teammates. Oh, Face Potter's got a half-second penalty as he starts duking it out with Oblivion. He needs to drop back in behind him. Not what Face Potter wanted, especially with 3 cars in such close proximity to him. Of course, the penalty line is on the run down to the hairpin in sector 2. So we'll probably lose all 3 of those places behind. Where is Goose going there? Just try and stay on the track, Goose, please. So Joker's extended that lead again a little bit. More time, but not great for him at the moment. Then Joe has pitted again. He's gone back up to the soft tyre. So we're joining for Goose. Really Chloe. Goose at the minute, sat in P8, but medium tyres to come, so he will have pace later on in the race. Glynn has finally picked his way through this group behind. With Derek ahead of Zom, ahead of Nobby Norris. Oh, it's a fat Dane. Welcome, Dane. How are we? He is. He is. He's got the hammer down. He's charging. So Mikey is the man on the move, though. He is now latched onto the back of Royston as Ross is now attacking Oblivion around the outside. Now hang on to that position. And now Ross's tyre is looking very second hand. And the final corner we go then. It would appear that the majority of groups are kicking up some dust in the background. Fossil not going to go for the move. So Ross gets the move done on Oblivion. Oblivion though will fight back. Oh, Ross went very wide. I think he had a bit of a twitch there, Ross, and then ends up losing out to Face Potter. I think his car bounced off the curve on the inside there and settled the car. He had a big twitch, saved it, but has lost the place and did not take that position from Oblivion in the end. Well, yes, anyway. Inside into the hairpin. Face Potter though will have the momentum around the outside if there's room for him. He should be able to hang on to this. Got the inside for the next part of the S's. Flashes the lights. Rosto's going to hang it around the outside. Good drive in there from the pair of them. Both survive. Dusty Fossil trying to buy back into this again now. Oblivion's made a bit of a break in the meanwhile. Front Joker's lead. Mikey is the man charging along that. Joker's tyres are absolutely frazzled. He does like flashing the lights there, doesn't he? He does like flashing the lights there. Top 3 covered by less than 2.5 seconds. 4 coming around together as well, and Goose in a bit of a lonely 8th at the minute. Clear track trying to chase down that group a little bit. Derek is on and Nobby are hanging on. Odon as well doing well. Now he's on the medium tyre. Oh no, that's suboptimal. That's suboptimal. Jordan. Joker's going to peel off here. Joker's in. So Joker's pitting early. Get off the medium tyres. Everybody else stays out. So Joker's the first to blink from the lead group then. We need less fuel. After a 14 lap stint on the hard tyres, and flashing the lights once again from Face Potter. So Mikey now leads. by 1.8 seconds from Royston, who's 1.3 ahead of Oblivion. He is in turn just 3/10 ahead of Ross, who's still flying. But his tyres looking worst of everybody's. He's also worst on fuel. Dusty Boss is doing a really good job. Dusty Boss was just under a quarter of a tank. Look at everybody around him. The only person that's even close to that is Oblivion. And I'd like the Royston's there as well, actually. I'll tell a lie. Royston's quite well on fuel. Ross is going to be keen to try and make a move here, I think. Oh, wait. Yes, he's up the inside. Trying to hang around the outside. Ross trying to find a way through. It's difficult to pass in the S's though. Everybody survives for now. Ross still looking to get through. Different tyres, of course, at this stage. Ross on the mediums. Oblivion is on the hards. Ross into the outside. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he lets it go here, but he's going to fight it. He's on the inside. Go battling there. Ross trying to focus on the exit though. There's a good run off the corner. He's going to get to the outside for this corner. He is ahead. They're still side by side, but he's got the inside for the next three. Oblivion will just let him drop in front. Good hard battling there. Goose is just ever so slightly catching that group ahead now as well, so starting to just jostle a little bit. Pit stop's coming up there, Mike. He will probably be in this time around. Those tyres are about done. 12 and 13 lap stints for the one stopper. He's going to go around again. Oh, Mikey's going around again. He's going to go around again. Ross is going to pit because he's out of fuel. Dusty Fossil's in as well. So Mikey's lap time last time was 2:10. 11.6. It was 11.4 from Oblivion because he was battling with Ross though. That was Dusty Fossil's lap time, and it was 2:11.3. Obviously he's pitted, so it's a little bit different. Oh, Ross has gone to the soft tyre, interestingly. So Ross is 2-stopping this. Dusty Fossil's out in the hard tyre, he's 1-stopping, so we've got different strategies starting to play out. Then we've got another one trying the 2-stopper. Mikey dealing 4.5 seconds. It's a very strong place here, Mike. Because he will have to run the hard tyre for the next 12 laps though. Whereas behind him, Royston will be on the same strategy, but Oblivion will be on the mediums, as will Face Potter. Face Potter's driven superbly this one so far. Goose in a bit of a lonely 5th. His lap times have been solid. He's pulling away from Glyn, in fact. So Zom's now ahead of Nobby Norris. There's Odon in 9th. Maybe get fuel to the pits. Yeah, he should be fine. Should be fine. Might be a bit close. This, we'll keep an eye on that. V4 spotted. As ever. Close. Let's just see if he let's remain under power. He's going to be cutting this mega fine, isn't he? He's going to be right on the limit. In comes Mikey. I think everybody's going to peel off here. Expect everybody in. Oh, Oblivion's gone round again. Interestingly, Oblivion's doing one more lap then, so he wants to push harder than his mediums then, so he's gone round Mikey's got 3 litres. Royston's got 9. Face Potter just the 1, but yep, type that perfectly there for Face Potter. Glyn's going around again as well, and some more people go around, so Goose has gone around again. So they don't think they can make their medium tyres go 12 laps, so they're going to try and do 11. Nobby Norris, Zom, Odon, and Derek have all gone round. Mikey's come up behind them on the soft tyre. Well, that has surprised me from Mike. Is Mikey trying the 2-stopper? Soft and soft. There's Royston, there's Ross. So Royston's out on the soft tyre. There's more strategy mix up here than I thought there would be, to be honest. Dusty Fossil's doing what I thought more people would do, and got medium hards. Same as Joker's. Joker's come out ahead of him. 7 seconds as well, so Joker's got a handy lead over his teammate, but did pit a lap earlier. And he's got quite a lot less fuel, interestingly. A lot less fuel. So what's Joker up to, strategy-wise as well? Oblivion will be in this time around. So Goose will also be in this time around. As will Glyn, as will Zom, as will Odon. Odon won't be. I might pit, but I feel like we'll try and go into another lap here. He's going to switch to the hards. And now I shall be in. Mike, of course, just pitted. He's cleared Derek already, so Mikey's already cleared Derek. Meanwhile, Royston and Ross are battling further back. Oh, contact there. He's going to fight back alongside Ross there, but Ross hangs it around the outside there, just kicks up the dirt on the exit. The penultimate corner. This is up to 9th then. So top 5 are in. And then we'll take the lead of the race for the second time. GT2 throwing up surprises, even me. I thought I could call this strategy-wise, but no. A lot of people, some people that have surprised me, this man especially. So Joker is the first man on the one stop, but I'm concerned about his fuel, if I'm honest. Oblivion has come out ahead of Dusty Fossil, and he's on the medium tyres as well. Now they're about level on fuel. Joker's a little bit less. It's not that bad actually. It's not as bad as I thought, but I think Joker might have to do some fuel saving here. Face Potter is there in 8th as well, so he's I think a net 4th. Already doing a personal best first sector. He's on the grippy tyres, and he's all over Dusty Fossil. So it's a good strategy call from him. He's racy at this stage. Able to make the move there though, it's gone board. Potter having a really strong run here, good to see. It's good to see the guys who don't always mix it at the front, mixing it at the front, and doing it on pace as well. Dusty Fossil's just edged away through the S's there. Twisty section, you can imagine. They should start to close back in again. That gap is coming down already. Behind him, there's the Goose, 9th. Glyn, gap's the Goose and Glyn is going up as well, so even though they're on the same strategy, Goose seems to have the pace in this one. Zom and Nobby keeping Glyn honest. Derek in the background. With Derek. He's an 18-2, so I think Derek's had a drama on his in lap. Odon in from the lead. About dead. Mikey then retakes the lead, but we'll have another stop to make. So what's the gap then? So Joker is 10 seconds behind. So it's SBY put it out earlier. It's not the longest pit lane here. Have a look at Odon. Sort of additional lap time. So we're doing sort of 10s and 11s. Obviously he's probably going to need more fuel than others. On the hards, so he's now going to the end. But he's lost about 30 seconds there. So he's looking at something in the mid-20s time-wise. So who's mid-20s off the lead? Glyn, sort of between Goose and Glyn. I think Mikey is going to come out. Maybe around Goose, maybe just behind Goose. It depends on what tyres he's going on to. Is he going to go for another set of softs? Ready, the soft tyres are okay at the minute. He's got so like Roston 206.5 meanwhile. So Ross is absolutely flying. hunting down Mikey then, having sorted out his wheel issues. Royston's still going well in third, but another one who's going to have to make another stop. Joker is the first person on the one stopper, but he's on the hard tyres, and Oblivion is closing him down rapidly now. Gap's all the way down to 1.9. A little bit wide there though, that was a mistake. Face Potter's got ahead of Dusty Fossil finally, so we saw last time around he was catching him. This time he's ahead, and Face Potter then overhauled the sprint race winner. Goose is now also right there as well. That gap's quickly coming down as well, so I think Mikey, Ross and Royston, when they get off of their soft tyres, are going to end up behind Goose. .207.9, 207.5. 208.9 from Oblivion. In terms of the medium tyre runners, Joker did a 211.9 that time around, but I think he's having to fuel save. And Oblivion up the inside, what a move that is. Joker covered the line, but not enough, because Oblivion had the grip to make that move. Gets it down the inside, gets it stopped, and gets it cleanly done. Great move there. That, I think, is for the net race lead. Because I think these guys have made all their stops, and the guys behind are going to have to do one more. Face Potter's got himself a half-second penalty. Fossil on the hard tyres is slipping back towards the Goose. The gap behind's gone up to 12 seconds now, so Glyn is struggling a little bit. I think he's made a mistake somewhere. Tom Odon, Tom Nobby and Odon. Who's made his final stop, and Derek. And Oscar Joe, who doesn't have a clue what strategy he's doing. The gap is down to 1.1. Tyre wear is increasing. Ross's tyres look absolutely horrific already. Mikey's are better. Mikey's are a lot better. 12, 13. Yes, that difference. Look at the tyre wear difference in that one lap. Apparently, Ross has done a 206.5 in that time. Fuel advantage, as pointed out. Not by much though. It'll be a massive amount of time he makes up. So I think I want to try and stay ahead if you can. From there, here we go. On board Mike. Ross in the screen, that is the mirror. Dash there, trying to pull the nose in. Turn 4. Doesn't use too much of the runoff. A bit of short shifting as well. Got brake point. Got to wait that this tyre wear starting to bite now. Wait for the car to grip into that hairpin. Or you'll put the throttle down. There again to pull the nose into the S's section. Go. Now it's just, oh dear, again catching that orange curve there. That's just unsettling the car. Try and avoid that if you can, Mike. It's just shy of his personal best though. That tyre wear starting to yes, yeah, you're probably right there, Pete. It would just depend on the warm up and everything, wouldn't it? I think a little bit. Well, of course, they have to put a little bit more fuel in, so well, Aaron's prediction hasn't come true yet. There's still time there. See the understeer now, really starting to hurt for these long right-handers. You see it might get back up again. It's back up to 8/10 of a second. We're down a little bit now. The gears there to just bring the nose in there for the final corner. That time this time is 2:08.3. Mike. Ross did 2:08.4, so Mikey a tenth quicker on that lap, but look at Ross's tyres. Joker's gap to the leaders is 21 seconds now, so that gap has grown a lot. It's Oblivion who has a second penalty, so yeah, you're all right. And this is going to be the interesting battle then. It's going to be Oblivion versus Ross and Mikey, I think. Ooh, it's Jake Mitchell. Jake Mitchell, how are we? Second penalty, that's going to hurt him. That's going to drop him right back then. So the gap to Joker is 6 seconds. He should be fine. He won't lose a place, but bearing in mind we've got a grandstand finish shaping up here. Face Potter is now working over the back of Joker. Goose is there as well. They've dropped Dusty Fossil. So Dusty Fossil's gap is 25 seconds to the leaders. So the gaps to the leaders is going to be key now. Now Oblivion's second penalty, that's going to hurt him. What was his lap time last time around? He was on 8.6, so he was only 3/10 slower than Mikey and Ross. So the pace is sort of equalled out now, so they're not really gaining anything on him. Ross's tyres are absolutely cooked. Mikey's are okay. Up there we go. Long left, to the right. Ross is right there now. He's pushing Mikey through the corner. Is he going to go for a move at the inside? Is enough tyre to get up the inside? Is the next question. Mikey's on the steering wide as well. Ross is even worse though. What does Mikey do here? Does he go with him? Ross is on the red line of fuel. Mikey's still got plenty left, but his tyres are. Ooh, Mikey kicking up some dirt. Just be careful to the final corner here. See the understeer. Mikey's going to do another lap, I think. He is. Ross has got to have to pit here, surely. Yes, he's in. So Ross pits. Mikey's going to do one more lap on these set of tyres. Now, does Ross come back out on the soft? Royston's in as well. Here comes Oblivion. Ross in his box yet, so Ross has not made it to his box yet. He's in now. Oblivion going past. The background. Joker under all kinds of pressure. Going to come up behind this group. I think he's just behind. Where is he? There's Dusty Fossil. There's Ross. So the gap, yeah. So Ross has dropped in behind Dusty Fossil. So we've got some cars to overtake. Royston's come out in this gaggle again on the soft tyres. Immediately pushing, look, he's out right on the exit there, everyone. But up ahead there, look at this gaggle going for it again. Face Potter, and a look at the inside of Joker. Ooh, door banging. There's contact up the hill. Can Goose take advantage? Now he runs to the back of Joker. That's bringing Dusty Fossil back into it. Ross is catching quickly as well. Flash of the lights from Face Potter. Through the S's we go. Ross is quickly catching Dusty Fossil. They're 3 wide in this group though. Face Potter on the left, Joker in the middle, Sir Goose on the right. How's this going to end? How is this going to end? Face Potter comes back out ahead. It's as you were as they went into the corner. Up the hill we go. Ross is all over the back of Dusty Fossil already as well. Oh, Mikey's about to make it to the pits. His tyres are done though. Can he make the turn? He can. He's in. So Oblivion's going to come round and take the lead. Now where does Mikey come out relative to Ross? Ross has just passed Dusty Fossil. And this group are no more than less than a second ahead of him. He's now going to find a way through. Mikey is in his box. Joker's done well to hold off Goose and Face Potter as long as he has done, but Goose has now got to the inside for turn 1. Giving him the squeeze. Mikey is... Where is Mikey? There's Mikey. There's Mike. There's Ross. Oh, Mikey's just missed out. But he's right with Ross. But they're now behind Joker, who's on the hard tyres. Goose has just got that move done. Face Potter is now trying to break away as well, and Oblivion is 9 seconds up the road. Yeah, right, indeed, this way is right in the middle of it. There he is. Right behind Ross then, and he's making a move on Joker already. He's got the drive off the corner. He has of course got to do 1 lap extra on those soft tyres compared to Mike. Oh, Ross almost into the side of Goose then, who's sweeping in, and Joker's going to take that place back. He is. Goose is slow off the corner. Joker's going to get him as well. Yes, he has through. Mikey and Ross now side by side. Mikey just get hip checked a little bit wide. Dusty Fossil's not out of this battle either. Oh, this is helping the race leader escape. Ross trying to cut to the inside of Sir Goose. Oh, they're there together, banging doors. Joker's on the inside defending. Ross is going to take his slipstream. Trying to go around the outside. Joker's just going to escort into the edge of the track, is he? Goose drops in behind Ross. Mikey now pushing Goose up the hill. Ross alongside Joker through the S's. And now he's wide. Now Joker covers the inside, and Goose trying to cut to the inside of Ross. Mikey's trying to follow him through. Dusty Fossil's buying into this again as well. Ross is trying to go around the outside of Joker. Joker's on the hard tyres, Ross is on the soft tyres. Ross is out wide, and now Goose is on the inside of him. And now Mikey's dropped back behind Dusty Fossil. Ross getting pushed wide. And Dusty Fossil on the attack around the outside, but surely not. Ross's tyres are going to be hating this because he's got to go an extra lap. Mikey's now got a great run off the final corner on Dusty Fossil. Mikey to the inside. Camera angle, sort your life out. Oh, as Goose goes around the outside of Joker to turn 1. He's on the inside for turn 2. Squeezing him on the grass, they're banging doors. I think so. I think you have every right to be fever. Joker hanging on for dear life on those hard tyres. Goose is all over him. Oh, the inside now. I think that's move done, and Ross is going to follow him through. Oh, hip check from Ross as he arrived there, as Joker came back onto the track. Ross was on the inside of him, banging doors again. So Ross gets that move done. What this has done is let Face Potter get up the road a little bit, but also Oblivion's lead is now nearly 11 seconds. Mikey now on the outside of Joker. Has he got the grip? He has. Oh, Joker slots him just behind. Oh, Joker's sideways. Through the S's, then his resolute defence has finally succumbed. And now Dusty Fossil is alright on him. And bear in mind, those two were 7 seconds apart after their pit stops. And now Dusty Fossil is on the attack of his teammates. Unfortunately, Joker's livery hasn't loaded, so it'll just be they are teammates. Goose on the attack of Ross, or defending from Ross rather. Ross though has got the gap on the inside. Goose is going to give him a squeeze. Ross gives him the hip check out wide. Goose leans back on him. Ross I think has still got the momentum, and Mikey now arrives as well, and Mikey's at the inside. Goose flashes the lights there, he's not happy with that. No, I think you're right. You're very right, Fever. I don't think our race leader is going to be troubled. We've got nearly a 12-second lead now. Face Potter, meanwhile, driving superbly in second. However, he now has the 2 cars on the soft tyres closing him down. And they are still looking very fresh. The difference between Mikey and Ross's tyres, though, after 1 lap. So 1 lap's difference. To the S as we go. Face Potter is very wide, then his tyre is looking very second hand. That front left is looking angry, and Ross I think is going to make short work of him here. He's showing some tyre wear. I think he's got plenty left in hand there. Through he goes on the brakes for the hairpin. Yep. So there, very good test of Mikey P2 here, and he should make Light work of Face Potter. Oh, what was that? Oh, Ross has had a slide in the middle of the S's, and through goes Face Potter, and through goes Mike. Ross there, I think he hooked too much curb in the middle of the S's. It hooked the car round. He had a big slide, he caught it, but he lost out massively. Speaking of losing out, Goose has got himself a half-second penalty, and he's got Dusty Fossil all over him. So the race is really coming back to Dusty Fossil. I think this battling has definitely helped, because he was slipping away from this group. And now Royston has also caught him and joined in. He's now ahead of Joker, so Joker's slipped back to 8th, having been the net race leader at one point. Also getting the move done on Goose, but I think Goose is going to try and switch back here. The inside, Dusty Fossil though cuts the nose off. Yeah, Face Potter have driven superbly well. However, I'm very worried about his front left tyre. I mean, I'm worried what Ross is going to look like by the end of the race, but I think Face Potter is going to be worse. I think Face Potter has cooked that front left. Definitely needs to move his brake bars backwards if he hasn't already. He's driven superbly well. Royston is now right in this battle as well. He's now all over Goose, and it will take Goose because he's got a half-second penalty. And then Dusty Fossil's there as well, so P5's in the offing for Royston as well. Further back, Glyn, with such a strong race one, has just not had the pace. He is catching that group ahead, but still got 4 seconds to make up, and we're on the penultimate lap of the race. Nobby Norris, Zom and Derek are battling hard. Derek and Zom side by side. He's still providing and cooking the food this weekend, so I hope they don't fall out. Odon, who led early on, led twice in this race, but strategy-wise has just not worked out for him. Oh my god, that front left. Jordan Pitt, go for a soft tyre, please. Mikey is second. Ross is back up to third. He's got ahead of Face Potter. We're on the penultimate lap then. I think fourth is still in the offing for Face Potter here, but he needs to be clean. Because Dusty Fossil is going to come under attack shortly from Royston, who's just serving Goose serving his penalty, and Joker's going to get him as well, I think, here. Goose off the corner. They've got good momentum around the outside, and I think he's going to get that place back. He is. Oh, Mikey's wide. Mikey's got the best tyres. Oh, Ross is wide as well. Soft tyres are going off. Dusty Fossil then closing in a little bit on Face Potter, whose tyre is looking very angry. Okay, around this corner because it's a left-hander. Dusty Fossil's going to be looking in his mirrors because Royston is catching him rapidly. Oh, Joker's now got himself a half-second penalty. I know, innit? What's it like? Well, up front, untroubled by all the chaos going on behind him, Oblivion has driven this absolutely superbly. No penalty for the top two. Dusty Fossil is not catching Face Potter. Royston is catching Dusty Fossil though. Goose and Joker are battling, but Joker's half-second penalty is going to rule him out, and he might put him into a threat from Glyn. So Oblivion is just seeing this home. I'm sure he's okay on fuel. That looks very low. Mikey's wide in the S's. He's got enough in hand though over Ross, I think. Ross is... I'm wondering that. He is very low on fuel, isn't he? That gap is... We've got it under control. We'll see. Face Potter hanging on resolutely. Dusty Fossil is not catching him. Royston, however, is catching. Oh, Goose has been wide. Oh, yeah, Goose is very low on fuel, isn't he? He's lost out to Joker somewhere. Gets it back though. Joker's another one right on the bubble of fuel. There's a few people looking a bit cautious, a bit close on fuel here. going to see some last lap dramas? Good question, Fever. I think the big drama is going to be here between Royston and Dusty Fossil. Well, it looks like he's timed it perfectly. Oblivion out of the final corner. Fuel tank running on fumes. But he crosses the line for a 4th victory of the season. Mikey's going to get P2. The gap in the end, 8 seconds. Ross going to come home for P3. What's going on in the background? Face Potter's hanging on. Just, is he? Oh, 27 thousandths from Dusty Fossil and 99 thousandths between Dusty Fossil and Royston. Face Potter's tyres absolutely cooked at the end. The Joker gets 7th. Glyn's got 8th. I think he's out of fuel. Where's Goose? He's out of fuel. Goose has run out of fuel on the last lap. There's a Joker gets 7th. It's Glyn gets 8th. Nobby Norris gets 9th. Derek is 10th. Zom gets P11. Odon gets P12. Goose has run out of fuel on the last lap. Yeah, it's get in the stewards, mate. Get in the stewards. This car crawling over the line at 49 miles an hour. This is the slowest you've driven all day. And Arsenal Joe with absolutely no front left tyre left. Goes out of the final corner. P14 for him in that one. So then it is victory for Oblivion then by 8 seconds in the end. That one-stop strategy paying off dividends for him then. Mikey gave it some beans in the charge for the 2 stoppers. And getting himself a P2. Ross then gets P3 from the back of the grid and having had some wheel drama. So where might Ross have been? Not for that. I think he lost about 5 seconds, didn't he? So I still think Oblivion would have won that, but it would have been closer. That's for sure. Face Potter, because Ross was then stuck in some battles as well, wasn't he? So he lost some time there. So it would have been very close, I think, at the end, if not for that. Face Potter, his best driver of the season there, P4 for him. I'm very disappointed for not get a podium in the end. It was a brilliant drive there, just holding off Dusty Fossil and Royston at the end. Then those 3 crossing the line side by side. Face Potter in 4th, Dusty 5th, and Royston in 6th. Joker coming through in P7. And then Glyn, a bit of a lonely race for him in P8. Although catching up there at the end. Nobby Norris P9, Derek in P10. So on P11, Odon cuts P12. And the luckless Goose there who ran out of fuel, ending up P13. And Arsenal Joe, who did not have a clue what strategy he was doing, and ends up in P14. Well, and that is the end of the action for this evening. Thank you very much for everybody who has tuned in. If you liked the action tonight, we're going to do it all again tomorrow, GT1. Please do join SBY. 8:30 tomorrow when we do this all over again. And yeah, next week the calendar moves on. Where did we move on to? Our surveys. I looked at this earlier and I can't remember. Big Willow. Oh God. Oh no. We're in a dust bowl next week. So yeah, GT2 and GT1 next week, moving on to Big Willow. So please join us. It's a sprint week, so 3 races coming your way. But got the GT2 action, GT1 action to look forward to tomorrow first. So please do join us for that. But thank you very much for everybody in the stream. As you, if you haven't really liked it, please do so. The stream. Thank you for the comments, and we will see you again real soon.